Hello everyone. Okay, I'm just going to do a short video about how to cut a glass bottle without breaking it if you want to do it for your art or something like that. So what you need, obviously a glass bottle. Next you need a Dremel tool or something equivalent. I've got this Proxon tool because it's much better, I think. Probably cheaper and better. Also need some diamond cutting wheels. These are again cheap as off eBay. No point wasting your money on buying anything expensive. These will work fine. They're probably about a fiver for 10 there or something like that. They last forever. This one here is done about 6 or 7 bottles and it's still going fine. I'll probably get another 4 or 5 bottles out of it. Okay, most important thing you need, face mask and ear protection because you're cutting glass, and if you get glass particles in your lungs it'll really mess your day up. And then what we've got here is just a basic jig I've made, and this jig is here just to keep the bottle in place while you cut it. So obviously when you're cutting the bottle you're going to be rotating it, so you need something firm here. It's just a couple of bits of wood bolted together and bolted onto my desk here, just so you can rotate it as you do the cuts, which I'll show you in a minute. Other thing you need is to remove this way. Well, I've got a little work lamp here, don't really need it, but I find it easier if you get some good light on the situation. Moving up here, I've just knocked this up homemade. This is the water system, because when you're cutting glass, you just won't get into glass unless you've got steady flow of water going on it, because it cools down the glass and you get the paste build up, which is what helps you cut through the glass. So you need a constant flow of dripping water. I mean, some people use pumps and all kinds of stuff like that, but I've just used an old fairy liquid bottle with the bottom cut out of it, so you can pour the water in on there. Moving down to the end of the bottle, you've got a bit of pipe. So this is a pipe the water goes down. This is something I've knocked up here just to control the flow of water. So it's just 2 bits of wood just like bolted together. And because if you bolt it together like this, you can adjust the flow just by tightening or loosening it up. And then on the other end of the pipe, we've got the where the water comes flowing down. So yeah, where the water comes flowing down, it'll flow down just there. And you just keep like a nice steady trickle on the glass as you're working on it. And these 2 bolts are here. That's just so you can attach it onto here with an elastic band, okay, just to keep it in place. And to give you a bit of degree of control as well, I've just got a bit of old copper wire here, and you can bend that into whatever figure you want, just to you make sure the water is going on exactly the right place. And I'll just lift that up out of the way now, and that'll stop flowing. So before you start, you just fill up the fairy liquid bottle about halfway with about, I don't know, half a litre of water or something like that, and that should be good for a cut. And the reason I chopped the bottom off it, it's so I can fill it up easily without taking it to bits. But if you try and do it with a fairy liquid bottle and you haven't cut a hole in it, then the water, you just get an airlock and the water will stop flowing. So what I'll do now, I'll just get everything set up and start cutting. And the last thing here, this is my this is what I'm going to put my phone on for the camera thing. So that's not actually essential. That's not an essential bit of kit unless you're trying to get your massive likes on Instagram or whatever. So I just rest the phone on top of that while I do the cut. So I'll prepare it and I'll just edit the video so you can see the first cut. And then I'll just sort of say what I'm doing as I go throughout, okay? So in goes the bottle. Now we're ready to start. So what you want to do first, so before I put the water on, I'll explain what I'm going to do. You just want to put a really gentle cut. So the first twist, the first full rotation you do, all you're trying to do is just really gently score the glass evenly all the way around, okay? And then once you've done the really light score, the water just flows into that and just guides the Dremel tool as you're going through. You'll see that I'm doing it completely freehand, and I just get the Dremel in a position whereby it's pretty static, and then I can just move it backwards and forwards into the glass at a pace I want. So I can just move it left to right like that, and it won't move backwards and forwards. So if I want to apply a little bit more pressure, I can, and if I want to take the pressure off, I do. What you're not trying to do is go all the way through the glass and then continue the cut all the way through. You're just basically going round and round and round, gradually getting deeper and deeper. And once you've done it a couple of times, you'll get a feel for exactly what the best speed to go through is. Okay, so I'll just get ready now and set up. So here comes the water. So that's about the right position. So it's just going to flow down onto the area I'm going to cut it. And what else I'm going to do is I've got just a little bit of wood here. I'll just like pack it out at the back to move it forward. And now I can just rotate the bottle around as much as I want, and I know that it's going to cut beautifully in the right place. So ready to begin. I'll just adjust the flow a tiny bit. And let's start. I'm not going to talk while I go through the video because it just makes an absolute racket while you're doing it. So you'll just be able to pick it up from what you can see me doing. All right, here we go. There we go. Brilliant. So it doesn't take too long at all. And you can see you get a really nice, I'll leave the water on, it doesn't matter. I'm only going to be here for a minute or so. So you get a really nice finish all the way around there like that. Okay. So it doesn't take long. You don't need to put on too much pressure. You just gradually go round and round and round, a little bit more pressure each time until it's cut through. And then you can finish it off with wet and dry to get a perfect finish. Or as I'm about to do now, I'm just about to run round it just with the top of the tool, and I'm just applying the most gentle bit of pressure just to clean off any loose burrs you might have on it. It's worth doing. You might not even need to do it every time, but I'll just finish it off now. Done. You saw the water ran out in the end. When you're just finishing it off, polishing it off, not having any water on is not a massive problem, but when you're doing the proper cut all the way through, you've always got to have that water on there, otherwise it'll overheat and just break up. And that's it, all done. So it didn't take too long, did it? I'll just show you what the finished thing looks like if you want to make an ornament for your home. So there we are, a little plant pot or whatever it is you want to make when you want to cut your glass. Or if you want to make an, like a cup or something like that, it's all done for you. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck with your crafts.